Hello and welcome back to the show. So it's time for the last match of North America, which is going to be Mirage again. Now, for those of you wondering, as I have seen some people tweeting, why it's Mirage twice, basically it's a home and away format. Actually, I have to get into it because we are straight into the pistol.
Yeah.
We're not even into the pistol, we're into the second round. Fortunately, this kind of error is not one that happens often. Well, looking at the situation, I'll briefly finish what I was saying. It's a home and away system, so best of ones rather than best of twos. So the away team vetoes 2, the home team picks from the remaining 5. So in this case, they both picked Mirage. It will be changed next season, so this can't happen, but we are not in the habit of changing rules in the middle of the season. Hence, it may or may not happen until the end of said season. So that's why you still see it now. Next season, it will be impossible.
Yeah, and this is the last game of the season.
So for North America, it is, yeah.
So, in any case, NRG off to a similar start, actually, as to what they had in the first game, picking up the 2 first rounds. Although, from what we could see in the second round, they had a bit of a better go of it. It was just defending versus that anti-eco. Well, no saved AK on Subroza this time around as well, so that's going to leave them with a better chance of actually holding on to this and getting it to a third.
Ooh, hello. This is interesting. Turn of events, and all of a sudden, Peter's somehow the last man standing, and the bomb is in the middle of mid. It's in a somewhat exposed position, but CLG are somewhat exposed in a sense that they have no Kevlar. hazed has range of the AK. He's going to be the key player here. He's towards connector, and he will deliver a round for CLG. That was brief and extremely violent.
It was, and history repeats itself as CLG picks up the third round with very limited weaponry. This time even less than what they had in the previous game. So, I don't know, not looking too great for NRG in that sense, and a bit of choppiness.
Interesting. So, I spot a touch of lag. This is interesting. Well, it's 1-2. There's not really much to talk about at the moment because we've seen half a round, so...
Yeah.
All right, so 2 rounds for NRG. CLG win a surprise round.
Again.
Yeah.
So
it's been a day of surprise rounds.
It has. It has.
In both regions.
Yeah, a lot of surprising results. I think probably FaCe versus G2 being the most surprising for me.
Yeah.
In the manner that went through. FaCe definitely looking pretty good with Kerrigan in their lineup right now.
Yeah, that is looking pretty good. You do wonder, I mean, there's so much, before all these recent announcements of people leaving teams in North America came around, there was already lots to look forward to, I suppose mostly in European Counter-Strike because of all the new teams on the block, the new shuffles and teams which clearly need time to grow and find their own identity. But now that's going to be happening in North America as well, going into next year. Again, you know, CLG are a team who basically went into the tombola and shook everything up. Yeah. Came out again, Cutler AWPing here and there, koosta off the AWP for a longest time, back on the AWP now, hazed in-game leading, which I don't think he's done before. So lots of things changing there again. Peter announcing that he's leaving NRG, no idea where he could go.
Yeah, he said something about taking 2 weeks off to figure things out. I'm not really sure if that's reevaluating various team offers he's had or what that means, but I'm pretty sure he made it pretty clear that he's not done, at least.
Indeed. And back to this familiar situation. Last time, koosta was to the right. This time, he's to the left. And Peter's in the same position on top of the boxes, looking for that frag. Won't get it on this occasion.
And again, CLG haven't really been too concerned with actually trying to retake mid control a lot of the time on this, but Cutler's going to eye this opportunity. It gets taken out by Peter. Immediately traded by koosta, though. So they do gain some ground energy in mid, but lose their foothold towards A. And it's completely gone now with FugLy trying to find a pick towards CT spawn.
Re-smoke in connector. tabseN close though with the Tech 9. There is potential, there's opportunity. Subroza gets the bomb only for a second though. That smoke may help Peter if he wants to make a play towards B, but he doesn't know that no one's there. 50 seconds left. tabseN still waiting for these smokes to disappear so he can find himself an opening. This would be an interesting rotation from Peter. At least they could trade if someone was there, but there's no one there. koosta passive towards CT. Ethan may hear some jumping, may spot a player or two. Peter taking massive damage through that Molotov. Now, clock's ticking. NRG need to get this bomb down because the more time ticks, the more issues are going to have, the better positions the CTs will be in.
Yeah, they don't have a smoke either, so this is going to be a tough plan to get down.
Oh, Peter's dropped the bomb for his teammate, and he's trying to hold the angles down. No one on short, and that's going to be very useful, but Peter will be the meat shield anyway. Now we've got hazed coming in from the connector position, and koosta is still with the open CT. Peter, right place, right time, leaving hazed alone now. 4 kills for Peter. He is dragging his team into this round. Can he find himself the ace, though? He's looking for it, but hazed may deny him. Is he going to go for the re-peek? How badly does he want it? That's the question. tabseN is there, and they may just wait for this diffuse to come in. Not quite going for the double peek. They don't need to peek until that diffuse attempt comes in, and there it is from hazed. The double peek is there, straight in the face. Peter finds himself an ace.
A very impressive round from Peter. And if I'm not mistaken, he had a similar round. One of the few rounds that NRG picked up on the T side was a 4K from Peter. So he's definitely doing a lot of heavy lifting here for his side. But yeah, got a bit scared for them there in that 2v1 situation with the last player on CLG being so patient about moving towards the bomb, and tabseN still opening up opportunities to actually allow him to get a pick. First round is going to start off with koosta again finding LEGIJA, but tabseN's quick to return. And this time FugLy finds some success towards CT spawn as well as he comes out of apps, and that's going to be the bomb site for NRG. And this time they're going to go for the plant you were
they
longing
for the inverse default plant, so it's more exposed. But they're unable to get into great post-plant position. Scorpion is completely exposed at the moment. Subroza will punish him for it, and now things are really awkward for Peter. He may rely on FugLy, not sure if his position is known. He is moving around, and Peter is surely eventually going to go down. Comes to the wide peak, but Subroza's waiting for it, and FugLy can't get anything done either. Just didn't have any time to really get into any better post-plant positions. Always horrible when you're stuck in that firebox.
Yeah, it really is. And I guess in that situation, they might be better off by having 2 people on site, which normally isn't the case, but it's hard to know for NRG how close CLG are and how aggressive they're going to be in their retake in that kind of a situation when they don't have any extra utility to really utilize.
Right then, NRG going to finally see some ecos, not egos. Finally seen a lot of force buys so far, but the fun will come to an end, at least for now.
Well, so Cobb with 2 flashes and a smoke. I'm assuming they're just going to set up for something here towards the BFs. That's what they've been doing actually in the previous games on Mirage on their anti-ecos, and you can see nades flying out. They're actually going to go towards mid.
Oh, hello.
That's a shot.
There we go, there's a trade coming in. hazed exposed now. This is not going well for CLG. But no real weapons picked up for the T side other than this UMP. But again, that man advantage will be good as well. 2 of these 4 plays on Kevlar. But they need to get the bomb off the mid position. Passive angles being held, at least by Cutler with the AWP.
I'm liking this move, though, from NRG. They're going to be able to, well, give Ethan a ton of issues by having multiple angles that they're going to push at the bomb site from, and a lot of it's going to, if Cutler is able to find Peter as he tries to cross over to jungle, that's going to be great, but it's a pretty tough shot to hit if Peter's going full speed. And you would assume that the rest of the NRG guys who are already towards CPL and connector are going to follow up on the guys pushing from pit.
Ethan with the get right angle, as it's commonly known. So far so good, but LEGIJA is there to trade 3 versus 2. Where it takes to plant the bomb though. An honest angle being held towards CT, and now it's Subroza versus 3. He knows Peter's in CPL. This is a difficult one. He doesn't have a kit either. There might be one on the floor somewhere.
I think he might actually be better off just saving, because he knows they've picked up weaponry from the guys they've cleaned up on the site previously. So yeah, it seems like Subroza's thought the better of it and is just going to try to hold on to his weapon.
So the CLG side are going to have
Peter,
$2,500 to $3,000.
Peter might actually be able to catch out Subroza here. They're just walking right above each other.
And that's another rifle picked up. That's quite a nice bounty for NRG. AWP, AK, and an M4 in that round. That round that came from basically nothing.
Yeah, that was 2 flashes, a smoke, a couple of Tech-9s, and 2 people with like Kevlar, and that was the entire investment from NRG, I think.
Nothing you can do about Deagle shots like that. Sometimes you get shot in the face. Speaking of Deagles, hazed and Cutler picking 2 Deagles up. koosta on the P250. No grenades for the CT side. Ethan and hazed in connector.
That's a lot of damage to take.
It is indeed.
I would have been more, I guess, okay with it if you had a Deagle, like something that you could potentially one-shot their opponent with, but it's pretty hopeful to stay put there in the Molotov with the USP only.
NRG taking it slow. FugLy's taking a ton of damage. Just keeping an eye on any push through A, and indeed Ethan is going into the Palace position. Minute 10, not too worrisome for NRG just yet. FugLy still biding his time. That nade, hazed escaping, and perfect timing. And with Ethan's forward position, I did wonder if they were going to stack the B-bomb site, but hazed is going back through CPL. FugLy takes down the rotator. But I do wonder, what do CLG do with that information? They know FugLy's just holding an angle in T-spawn, but that should tell you no one else is towards A. So do you stack B?
The problem is, well, I think that's probably your best case scenarios if you're CLG at this point, but there's 50 seconds left during the time when FugLy picks off Ethan. So there's enough time for NRG to actually rotate all the way around back to A. So it's going to be like a complete chance play off of CLG, but in any case, it's going to be hard to hold off.
Too many targets for Cutler. tabseN will go down in the meantime. Subroza trying to use the range of that USP, but he is up against an AK. 16 seconds left, and now the bomb's on the floor. hazed rotating into position with the Deagle. He could peek first now. Oh, but Peter goes straight past, but is there time to plant the bomb? He is running out. He has to commit to this. hazed. Oh, so close. Just 2 seconds remaining for the bomb to go down, that is.
Yeah, that got fairly scary. I think LEGIJA had a bit of a too passive approach to it and how he was holding B-apps there. Didn't really do much to actually help Peter or anyone else on his team to actually get onto the site. And in a situation like that, when you're already spotted out Subroza and you know time's running down, you kind of have to throw bodies around the guy with the bomb. And you know you have superior weaponry, so play off of that. Just make sure that you don't end up in a situation where you just run out of time.
CLG setting up to potentially triple pick the connector area. Flashes coming in, but yeah, there we go. We've got a lot of frags, but mostly going the way of the T's. And that's Cutler alone with the 5-7. Sorry, the CZ rather. And Peter will take him down. So 6-2. NRG turning the tables, that's for sure.
Yeah, already a massive improvement from what we saw in the first game. That was a 12-3 first half. And that's with NRG winning the pistol?
Yeah, something along those lines, if not that. Both teams on the buy now. Let's see what they can offer. Both teams on the AWP as well. Peter going top mid immediately, as is koosta. Jumping on that structure makes him more likely to get legged than shot in the chest. And that is a trade that every AWPer is happy to take.
Yeah. hazed finally putting down the smoking connector, so he might take a peek towards underpass here. It might just be decides to hold up. And again, NRG just taking their time. They were rather slow about their approach as well for the better part of the their T-half as well in the first game. Although they didn't really focus too heavily on mid control those times around. We saw a lot of A executes, and we haven't seen all that much of it from them so far.
Ethan's M4 is called population control. That's messed up, man. That is messed up. That's really bad. Anyway, we've got NRG moving a man into connect. So the bomb is sitting outside A at the moment. 50 seconds on the clock, and Peter is rotating to join his teammates. Got B looking to cut off rotation himself. He's only got 6 HP though. Cutler hasn't seen anything just yet, but the pre-fire, he knew he was there. What can NRG do then? He needs to get into the A bomb site. Maybe maybe that play suggests the B bomb site. I don't know. But we've got Subroza pushing through B. So no, it's a FugLy caught completely unawares by Ethan's position. LEGIJA in the middle of the site. Isn't going to get traded, but tabseN will go in the meantime. 2 versus 2. Subroza's miles away now, and Cutler can't really stop the bomb from going down.
Oh, this is big, but, well, both people are rotating down towards pit. And, well, they have no idea that Subroza is going to be winning. This is going to give Peter, though, ample information and ample time to actually get into a better position if he opts to.
Lovely shoulder peek there, Peter getting around the corner, but he needs to deliver. He's got 1 shot to do it. Going for the peek. Will he go for the peek again? The rifle's giving his position away. Shoulder peek coming in from Peter. And now it's down to the USP for Subroza dancing around the bomb site. Oh dear, has he got time? I don't He hasn't got time. There's no time. It's going to be close. I don't think he's got it. Oh, my God.
That's the second round CLG has won that way.
Oh, man. I thought when it starts beeping fast, I feel like there's 5 seconds left, but it started beeping, it still said 6. But there we go. He had time to do it. CLG claw that round back into their favor. Really unfortunate for NRG that flank paid off when they both went towards CT.
Yeah. They had no way of knowing though, and like, I'd say if you watch CLG games from maybe 2 months ago, that was something Subroza would do all the time, but we didn't see him do it a single time pretty much in the last game, so it might be catching NRG off guard.
Gobby rotating the bomb to top mid. Both teams are player down. It hasn't been that many rounds where someone hasn't been picked off quickly, I think. At least in the first match.
Yeah, no, there's it's been pretty aggressive approach here from both sides.
Speaking of aggressive, Subroza's going for the apartments push again. Cutler's on short, trying to do what he can. In the meantime, koosta's picking off FugLy, but only in a trade. And there's Cutler's position paying off on short. LEGIJA getting taken out as well. Man advantage goes to 2. Gobby disappearing. Again, a lot of information to be had from Subroza's push. Now he's top mid, and tabseN may overextend. Which way will he go? The last place he's going to look is top mid, and that's where Subroza is. Again, he's going to have a flank that's not expected. The rest of his team have disintegrated. tabseN, what is your play?
He's got a lot of time, though. He can pretty much sit down and wait, rotate over to the B-bomb site if he wants to. I think well, he's hoping from an overreaction from Subroza, but Subroza is playing this smart right now, just waiting out and seeing what's pretty much... He's allowing tabseN to make the first move.
Yeah, he doesn't know that Subroza knows where he was.
Yeah.
So he thinks Subroza has less information than Subroza does.
A bit of a weird flash, though. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to do except for give away your position.
Yeah, I don't understand that flash. AWP picks up as well. So CLG continue to recover. But NRG are going to have a better buy despite losing the round because of how many players CLG lost.
Yeah, and even though CLG have won 2 rounds in a row now, they're still going to be completely bankrupt and sent back to Niko if they win this. No, if they lose this round.
Yeah, they will be in the dark ages. NRG, could it be a quick play in towards A? 3 players in B for CLG, so if NRG come fast, then there may be problems indeed. They're starting to stream in. Ethan caught with a grenade in his hand. He's got problems. He's got big problems. He needs flashes from a teammate. FugLy on the site. He'll be blind. Down he goes. Ethan staying alive for longer than he should have, I think. But the frags come the way of NRG. The smokes are down. hazed on the wrong side of the choke point, created by those smokes. Gobby going for a cheeky frag. Nothing doing though. Man advantage for the T. Subroza's got CT under control though, but can he get back in the bomb site? Net grenade towards Sandwich will do good damage to Gobby. The spray as well. That's lovely stuff. LEGIJA in a sneaky position. Peter covering his back for a time being. Still could go in either direction. Now Peter has a lot of work to do. 3 players all on a low ground. Misses the first shot. And oh, that's disgusting! koosta's going for the smoke defuse. He almost had the... Oh, I thought he had the pick. I thought he had the pick, but he was sure to go down either way. 2 orbs taken from CLG, by CLG, into the next round. Still 1 round behind NRG. That was a desperate round for them to get to win. We spoke about their economy, but they took it over the line, and look what they've done to NRG's money.
Yeah, it's been completely decimated. LEGIJA does have a surprising amount of money, actually. I think it's 4.7 after buying that AK, or is that just...
Sometimes the scoreboard lags when they buy it.
Lagging, yeah. So he buys up with an AK. Then this is actually very similar to the one buy they had when they ended up B, when Gobby was the one who kind of equalized their money. They're going to try the A-bomb site this time around with the AK on LEGIJA.
Well, they managed to get in for free, but Ethan will then spray 3 of them down.
That was very nicely done.
Yeah, that is a shutdown to end all shutdowns. LEGIJA, if he goes default, no, he's going for the plant towards connector. Nice, they have the smoke into jungle because there was a player in CT. CLG's man advantage disappears. hazed with the MP7 may not have the range to kill Gobby in this situation. Oh, he's heavily tagged though, and hazed is coming in from Palace. koosta doesn't need to show. There it is.
I think they do get a lot out of it, NRG, for a fairly safe investment in that sense. And seeing how LEGIJA had a bit of a bank on him, 3 kills for LEGIJA and a bomb plant, and that means NRG are going to be able to buy here if they opt, if they want to. And most likely they will. Peter's already going to pick up that op, so full investment, decent amount of utility on NRG's side as well. And they've been doing such a decent job of actually getting kills in these lull periods where they haven't been able to get necessarily strong buys, that CLG's economy at this point still isn't perfectly fine. They're still going to be shaky as whether or not they're going to be able to buy up if they lose one.
Bomb's been set outside A. 2 players towards A as well for NRG. It seems they are fixated on the A bomb site, but would it be another aggressive play from CLG? Maybe there's not time. Again, they go 3 people towards the B bomb site, but LEGIJA is just there minding his own business, watching the paint dry, looking to smoke towards the CPL. We should see that streaming in soon. We can hear it at least. That's got 3 smokes down in unison from NRG. That's quite nice. But can they get the bomb site? Only 2 people in A. They're on the wrong side of the connector smoke, Gobby and Peter. So that might delay their push, but tabseN and FugLy are balls deep, as Fishsticks would say. The CLG players keep dropping. Ethan with all of 4 HP. Gobby has a HE. We'll have to keep an eye out for that later on. FugLy trying to plant the bomb, but the Molotov is there. Where will he go for the plant? He is not really covered tabseN. Not holding the angle, but FugLy was safe from the box. Down goes the bomb.
Yeah. Ethan's so low as well that it's gonna have to be one of the ops who kind of leads the charge here. Cutler going through the murder hole.
I'm surprised he got. Oh, that was a lovely shot from koosta, but too many opponents. Yeah. I'm surprised Cutler got through the crawl space. So yeah, he's moving pretty quickly. He's hauling ass.
Yeah, you need to have a certain sense of urgency in those kind of situations. That you only have a limited amount of time to get to the bomb site. But NRG, complete turnaround from the first game here. 7 rounds on the T side compared to the 3 they got in the first round, or first game. Definite improvement. Well, CLG, that eluded eco we were talking about, has actually come to fruition. And now, again, NRG has every opportunity in the world to get another round on the board. Seems like CLG is, without necessarily having picked up 2 information, are actually banking on a stack here on the A-bomb site.
Indeed, let's see if it pays off for them. Don't really have much in the name of weaponry, even with pistols. Cutler and Subroza remain, and this should be a formality. A kill at range from a CZ, don't often see it that far away. Subroza can't stop the plant from going down, but he can run distraction for the meantime. FugLy and Gobby down. Peter looking the wrong way, and he's got no one covering him as that smoke disappears. He's got to be careful, backing off. That's quite smart from him. See if Cutler can get anything else done. Closing the distance. There's a juicy AK on the floor as well. He may need to shoulder peek to avoid getting shot here. Not going to happen though. Subroza continues to emerge. And now we're into the last round of the first half. 8-6, a much tighter first half than in the first game.
Absolutely, and it has to be worrying for CLG as well, given how strong of a CT side NRG ended up having as well. But I guess if NRG can turn it around on their T side, then there's no reason for CLG not to be able to do the same.
All right then, let's see if CLG can make it happen with this limited utility. Things looking good for NRG, but again, Gobby in no man's land, just charging the middle through mid. Peter will trade though, and that favors the T side. Although tabseN's been dispatched towards the Palace position. So now it's going to be really hard for NRG to split a site. And also, Peter's in mid with the bomb. That's also quite worrisome. If he gets picked off, then this round may just collapse for NRG. So it's going to be a hard one from here. They were better equipped, but again, they lost players early. Ethan's got quite the off angle as well. That's not a position you check when you're pushing Palace. Doesn't get the kill though. Can he deliver? He can. There goes FugLy. Peter still standing top mid with the bomb, wondering what to do.
Yeah, they do have a smoke, so they can either up to smoke off connector, try to go up short, or the opposite way around. And it seems like they're just going to hold on to the smoke actually for now. Not especially afraid of Cutler in CPL there, or in ladder room.
That nade, is it money?
Oh, it's as money as you can get a CSGO grenade.
koosta has 99 health.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 players in connector. We've got a short peek coming in from Subroza. Is it fast enough to get a kill though? koosta doing his best to stay alive, but he will not be able to do so. And there is Subroza on that short position, taking LEGIJA down. Lovely shot from Peter, but this is very awkward positioning indeed. Subroza on the low ground. Can he bait someone out? Ethan just waiting for that to definitely be planted. Ooh.
Oh, smart.
He hasn't got time though, he hasn't got time. There's no time. He has to hold the plant. That was close as well.
A happy accident for Peter.
Can he do this? Subroza's was on the high ground, now on the low ground. Avoids the trade situation, he's still scoped in!
Ooh. I got a tiny bit scary.
That would have been the most awkward clutch.
Yeah.
The most, I mean, considering the position around the box earlier as well,
yeah.
The most awkward clutch.
It was very nice of CLG to hold off initially, though. On the first pick plant, like, nobody actually moves an inch, which takes quite a bit of restraint. But yeah, NahtE just barely grazing Peter there on that last rush out. Still going to end up in a round for CLG, though, so they do manage to claw their way back somewhat, but it's still a pretty big difference from what we saw in the first game. It's a 5-round difference, really, from what they were able to start off their T-set with last time around. And no utility here for CLG, so they're just going to force their way up here onto this A-split.
Pistols begin the proceedings. Can NRG take one back from CLG? So far, not so good. Gobby and LEGIJA remain. LEGIJA, I'm not sure if he wanted to jump there or not, but he can double peek with his teammate through connector, but no kills just yet. Cutler with an off angle. Can he find the kill though? Yes, he can. Stereo kills from Cutler and hazed. Tie the score up, and now come the anti-force buy.
Yeah, and we saw teams having struggles, or well, both teams having issues with having clean anti-ecos. So this is going to be a good opportunity for them to try to salvage that from the last game. And a lot of SMGs on CLG's side. A ton of utility as well, which I like to see. It's going to give them an opportunity to basically clear out the entire bomb site if they want to. Using their Molotovs early, though.
Ding dong. Koosta's going to get his bell rung in the middle area and not see anything of it. Mad violence at the beginning of this round. Not going in favor of NRG.
Oh, not quite yet. Cobb's going to get aggressive on Catwalk. Splashback does dink up Cutler.
Oh,
and
no!
he's going to get Koosta as well, who's already been tagged up by tabseN. Oh, well. Went from being a man advantage for CLG, and now we're back to a 2v2. They still obviously have the advantage with the weaponry in hand. Also the HP, actually.
Oh,
they have no idea where they are.
Yeah, we've got Gobby in jungle. He's heavily tagged, though. FugLy coming in with just about getting the kill there. He's got a weapon to collect as well, but he may... Oh, no, it's exposed. And so is he. So CLG managed to hang on. 3 kills for Subroza in that round. And CLG take the lead. But they lost so many players. It makes life really awkward for them. I mean, hazed and koosta can pick up some AKs and rely on the other guys to have utility. So they're going to go for 2 AKs instead of 3. And have everybody on the grenades, but well, do they have a plan to use all these grenades on an anti-force buy round coming in again? Maybe this will be a surprise. They should be expecting an eco here. But again, all this utility and they're just charging straight into the site without using almost any of it. Hayes getting heavily tagged as well, and he's running around on his own. He's sure to go down. He is going to go down indeed. 2 players down for CLG. tabseN coming in as well.
Oh, that's
They're
bomb
dying with
as
so
well.
many grenades in their hands. I mean, in a utility, that's a lovely shot from Ethan. That's gross. Everything calms down to a halt. How do you plant the bomb? Could go for a fake. There's a minute 15, so they don't need to commit, but they will. They're happy with their angles. tabseN going through the smoke, and he hasn't been spotted.
Oh, wow.
Ethan looked away at the wrong time, but he'll still get the kill, and now it's down to Peter with the scout coming out with the P2000. Oh, man. Can he find a headshot onto Cutler? Running past the angle, but Cutler brings it back. But, I mean, they buy so many grenades and use like 3 and then jump into the site. Like, you could, again, they could have bought themselves stronger weapons. I mean, if you're going to go, they're not expecting the force buy there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But bearing in mind what they have to buy for the coming rounds as well, I mean, if NRG had gone for the eco there, I would have preferred the extra AK, especially if, like, if you're... I mean, if you're
not planning on using the utility, then yeah, get better weaponry.
Yeah. Get the better weaponry out.
And once again, a quick B push coming in from CLG, and
again, they're getting wrecked with loads of utility. It's mad.
Have been able to stabilize, and the rest of the NRG members are pretty far away. They don't have ZZs or anything to speak of, so it should be fairly easy for CLG to hold off. Yeah, Nathan doing a good job. Picking up 2 frags, 3 in total. And FugLy left with 10 HP and a, well, MP7. He's going to have to hope that somebody from CLG runs past short and kind of just forgets about the fact that he was there.
On the plus side for NRG, it's still early days in the second half, but their loss bonus is continuing to build. I think it's 2,400 now.
Yeah.
I think it's 2,900 actually in that round. So let's see what they can offer.
Oh yeah, that was the 4th round because of the... Oh, well, we're going into the 4th round.
Yeah, but they started buy round, got B on a Mag 7, but he spent $4,600, so...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming he's taking that towards B? Yeah,
I would imagine so. Either B or close up in apps. And he's been playing B previously, so...
Yeah, got B as utility mastermind.
Peterson op mastermind.
Yeah,
Finds the first pick on hazed.
But CLG are getting close to connect, so that said tabseN's there. Subroza in a position to flash for his teammate, but Cutler's going to go down in the trade at least. So they have picked off one of these players, but 3 players on Mirage. Very hard to get things done, especially in the mid area. Subroza's alone, exposed in 3 different positions now. Or even 4, if you will. Koosta going to be the next sacrifice for Peter's AWP. FugLy popping out, he's got the bomb at least. Only the 1 pick for CLG in the situation.
Definitely not optimal, and so much time left on the clock as well that it's going to be tough for Subroza to actually try to hold on to this AK if he wants to save. The one redeeming thing for him is the fact that there's a high likelihood of NRG not really being that keen on hunting because, well, as seen on the scoreboard, their money is so low. But it doesn't seem like Subroza actually has any plans of going for a hero play at least.
Yeah. Cutler's got 6k in the bank. Everybody else is around 15-ish hundred, as you may have seen a few seconds ago. So Cutler's going to bide his time. Sorry, Subroza is going to bide his time.
Yeah. I think Cobb's just slowly eking his way closer to one of the drop weapons so he can swap out that Mag 7 for an AK or potentially a Colt, depending on what weapon he finds. And he's going to find tabseN's Colt as well. So this time, it's just going to ebb out. And another round on the board for NRG, their first of the half.
Gobby gets another upgrade into an AK as well.
Oh yeah, so you did find it eventually.
The more AKs you can get on the CT side, the better, because there's a fair amount of time that difference in the first bullet can make the difference between winning the round and losing the round.
Absolutely. And, well, money too all over the place, really, for CLG to warrant a buy. Cutler was sitting on, I think, 6.4, but the rest were around 3K, so opting to go for a save round, and this is very similar to what they did the last time they found themselves in a situation with 1 weapon. Subroza tagged up a little bit. It's going to be tagged up a bit more by LEGIJA.
Yeah, there's a somewhat of a blind spot if you get closer to those blinds or the door. I guess it's a door,
yeah,
a cupboard thing. There's a blind spot to be had there, but you can be spotted from certain positions. But it does hide you from a lot of them. So you can get a cheeky peek if you can get that far, not that far ahead. Doesn't happen often though. Nice shot there onto Gobby, baited into the push. 4 versus 2, could be worse. LEGIJA gonna flash behind the pillar. Lovely taps there from tabseN. Could even call him tabseN. I apologize. I'm so happy that Valve made that adjustment so you can tap better.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes you could tap and then you could burst afterwards. You know, that kind of thing is in a better spot now than it was, and you know that rewards skill, which is awesome.
Absolutely. I think everybody's rejoicing whenever they see an update of gameplay that rewards skill. I think that's what everybody wants to have.
Yeah, I remember when the revolver came out.
Probably the biggest step towards skill reward.
That was hilarious. I have to say that was so funny.
What was it really though? What was it really?
When you're playing matchmaking and your T side on Inferno, going up banana, that's hilarious. Because you can just pre-fire everything.
I think I played 2 matchmaking games with that revolver, and after that, it got old.
I played a game of Henry G actually. That was that game of Henry G. It was hilarious.
Serenity now, insanity later.
Yeah. Got B alone towards B bomb site. He has many players coming his way. The smoke and nade deployment is here. Molotovs as well. We have an execute from CLG. Grenades being used, but the CTs are playing around this smoke. And they goes, oh no, he's not gonna go down. He can't save his teammate. Will he get traded? Yes! So far so good for CLG. 4 versus 3, they've got the entire bomb site. 2 CTs in the shop. How are you going to get through these smokes, NRG? Now it's 3 CTs in a shot. They have no flank available, no split to retake the site. koosta literally throws a Molotov into a smoke. I think they thought the smoke was going, but it wasn't time to go. Not yet. Peter now the flank. Oh, hazed. You're going to go for the knife, hazed. Where's the BM at, man?
It's not about that life.
Going to pick up the... Oh, that's interesting. So I guess there's a question.
Did he end up not getting any gun?
No, he got his AK back.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, he bought. It was Cutler, right?
Cutler. No, it was hazed who was picking up.
Oh, okay,
Cutler was dead. So I guess the question, do you want the AWP? Yeah. Nope. Never mind. Get the AK back. But sometimes that can go terribly wrong. If you press E twice, it drops both guns, and you just
exactly.
go into the next round of nothing. Peter going for the snap, and now Peter is stuck. We might have Subroza going for him. He's going to force the issue elsewhere. Oh, where's that? Did he get it? Was that team flash?
I think it was his own flash.
Might have been. Either way, he gets a kill. If it works, it works.
Style points.
LEGIJA's got to be careful. Good timing on him. This is carnage in the middle area. hazed now. tabseN, Cutler's on the low ground. Everyone's still alive. hazed goes down. There's no trade. How?
It's absolute chaos. tabseN jumps through his own smoke and doesn't find the kill initially, and then comes back for a second go. That's insanity. But in the meantime, Ethan has made his way up on that A bomb site, and you can tell that the bomb is rotating over as well.
Ethan took a stroll out of Palace, and I think it was FugLy who was CT spawn. Took him down. Now LEGIJA is headed in his direction. And now we're just into Angel mode. Everybody all over the map. It's deathmatch, and it's down to 1 versus 2. tabseN, he's got 2 kills already, and it's left him with 21 HP. The reload will give his position away. Oh, man. That is so unfortunate. It must have... Oh, the Molotov must have bounced off the wall and gone further than he expected, because I thought it was far away. And I was like, wait a minute, how did he just die? It must have bounced off the wall.
It's magic.
Oh, boy. Molotovs spread, people. Molotovs spread. In the old bedroom in Inferno, there was such a really good Molotov you could throw. So if somebody was in there, they would more often than not go into the back corner, and then the Molotov would spread. And they were so deep that they would die and they couldn't make it out of the bedroom. And
the damage from the Molotov is more intense the later into its duration it is as well.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
So, koosta nearly gets caught out by Gobby, but recovers nicely.
Nice.
Also helps out finding tabseN. This is Nico, though, for NRG, so not too much hope of actually getting all that done. Subroza is going to clean it out. So that's 14 rounds for CLG. So even though NRG has a way better T side this time around, their TT side is really having issues getting going. And I think we've seen Peter have an op, but we haven't been able to see the double op setup coming in from NRG this time. And well, this time around, not going to have the greatest of nades, and a quick play from CLG coming up on this A bomb site.
This flash is surely way too late, but they're not going to check. No one checks Shadow. They were distracted by Peter on the ninja position, and FugLy's got a 3K. That is huge. Lovely timing. That's really unlucky for NRG. Oh, there it is. The chicken jalfrezi. The curry is here. Oh man, that is brutal for NRG. Because I can only assume if they don't see Peter first on Ninja, someone checks Shadow because he's so late with his flash. He throws the flash, they're already right in front of him. But I feel like they have to go past the first part of A to see Peter on that Ninja position. So I'm not sure if they saw Peter first or if nobody checked Shadow.
I think they would have had to have seen Peter. Like Peter either must have given off shots or thrown a nade so they can see the angle it's coming from, that type of thing. And funnily enough, like the late flash from FugLy works out really nicely for the two guys who are coming up a bit delayed from pit as well, because they're completely flashed as he walks out as well. Well, buy round once again for both sides. Utility is still not amazing on NRG's side.
There's a proper pop flash. That's good to see. hazed showing them how it's done. FugLy and tabseN around the A bomb site. Two CLG players in mid. Bomb rotating slowly towards A. Subroza, I'm not sure if he's going towards the underpass. He's still lurking around B, maybe going for some harassment there. I think he's making some footsteps as well, which God B might hit. LEGIJA at the back of B. There's next to no grenades on NRG. That's a problem. They've got 2 counter flashes, one of which is on the B bomb site. In fact, they both are. Both players with flashes are over towards B, like I think CLG were doing earlier on. They're putting 3 people there, and that pick, is that going to pull even more rotation? There's a Palace push coming in now, but FugLy's position is going to get annihilated.
That spun out of control quickly. It was 2 great kills from Ethan there. Basically opened up the entire bomb site and killing any sort of hope that NRG had of retaking that bomb site.
Well then, match point for CLG. And they've got a few of them, and they've got money in the bank if they lose, so there are huge problems for NRG. And that's before we get to the CT economy. Nothing but pistols. Scout onto Peter. LEGIJA hasn't bought yet. Maybe he could go M4 helmet, indeed he will. So practically no grenades for NRG. 1 smoke, 1 Molotov. That M4 needs to be Jesus M4, otherwise they are donezo.
And normally in a situation like this, you're better off going aggressively, trying to find picks before the T side is allowed to execute onto a bomb side. But you can tell that CLG are kind of expecting this already. Know what kind of... That's a dink. Who's his moving accuracy is a thing of the past.
I feel like Gobby does that all the time.
Yeah. But he definitely did it on one of the B pushes that CLG had. He's going to go aggressive again. He's going to be able to find Subroza. That's a weapon for NRG, and they've got equal manpower. Actually, more HP as well. Well, CLG taking the long rotation over with the bomb here towards A. And if FugLy finds the timing right here, well, he might get caught out if he's not going to push down into pit. And down he goes.
And the A-bomb site is open for business. Gobby now with his AK full health, but he had to pop the vent open. Using the CZ for that moving accuracy. He is completely flashed though. Koosta with the spray down. 16-11 in favor of CLG.
Yeah.
And that is going to conclude this season of ECS in North America. Again, neither team, unfortunately, were in the chance of qualifying at that point, but also neither team were in a chance of being relegated. So I think we can have a look at the leaderboard and see how and what the final standings are. SK will be qualifying for finals in top seed. Cloud9 second, Immortals third, Optic Gaming fourth. They had a chance to finish third, but they got wrecked by CLG on train yesterday, so they will indeed probably be facing first seed from Europe, which is still to be decided again. TSM Complexity, horrible season for them, and NRG not far off that mark with only 5 wins on the board for them. And then Luminosity and Liquid tied, and CLG, I mean, looking at the beginning, you'd probably be surprised that CLG finished on top of Liquid, but indeed, maybe that says more about Liquid's troubles at this point than it does against CLG.
Yeah, and I think they've had a bit of a different trajectory. You've seen Liquid start, well, not necessarily start hot, but CLG started fairly poorly this season.
Yeah.
Looked very disorganized and had just progressively gotten better and better. And Liquid have, if not gone down in form, at least just stayed on an even keel, which hasn't been great.
Yeah, to the credit of CLG, they've shown us some really novel strats with their new coach, especially on Overpass. I made a video about that, so we'll see how things progress for them in the future. Liquid, huge question mark on what's going on in that team, although they have picked up a new coach themselves, so maybe we'll find out later on next year. So before we leave, just a reminder that the finals are going to be in Anaheim in just a few weeks. Anaheim.csgoleague.com, where you can find full information. You can go from free if you are a student, absolutely free, or if you're a baller or like spending your parents' money, get those premium tickets in, $75 a pop. Anaheim Convention Center is where all the violence will take place, and you can see the link there for a 25% discount as well. So yeah, that brings our broadcast for North America to a close. Tomorrow, we're going to have 10 European games for you, lots of G2s, maybe some NIP as well, and some other bits and bobs. Check the schedules on your normal places you do that. Yeah. Reddit, HTV, etc. ECS website. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.